Hello there. Well, this little video is about flowers that have got there on their own. I'm no expert on flowers, but I thought we've got rather a lot that have just sprung up on their own, and I think it's quite nice to see something as natural as that. These poppies, for instance, they've just grown out of the gravel path. I would usually have weeded these when they were small, but Mary said to me, just leave them. She said they're poppies. So I thought, well, I'll leave them. I think as time goes by, as we get older, we can't do as much work in the garden, but it's really nice to see nature doing the work for us. There's lots of areas that I haven't cut the grass, and I think that gives nature much better chance. I think it's important to have, let's say, unkept edges. It's much better for nature. The bees love these poppies, and they seem to come out every day, even more and more. They die and they fall, and then some new ones come up. I think this more casual approach to gardening suits us as we get older. Now look at this white flower around the pond. It's actually ground elder, which is quite a nuisance weed at most of the time, but look at it now. It really has its glorious moment. It really does look nice. Now here is some more ground elder. We've got a high bank which we planted with hedgerow species, but this ground elder here is really giving a really good show of white flowers. Now here is an edges of the lawn that I haven't mowed, and you can see the profusion of flowers and daisies that have come up through here, and I can cut them later, but we'll let them seed, and always lots of places for wildlife and butterflies, and it's really, at this time of year, it's lovely to see these wildflowers. We haven't had to do any work. They've just appeared on their own, and they don't need to be planted, they just come up each year. Now in our sort of wild grassy bit, we have done a little bit of planting, because at the end of last year we cut this right back down, right almost to the ground, and we did plant some yellow rattle. It thrives in grassland where it's semi-parasitic on the nutrients of the lusher grasses, so this helps the other wild, more delicate species to come through, which will help us create a little wild meadow. Well, that's a look at some of our self-sown flowers that come up in the garden. And here's some of our neighbours that have been popping by throughout the whole of COVID. They like to pass through our garden. They're guinea fowl, and they're quite noisy, but very occasionally they lay an egg in a bush or something for us, and they're very tasty eggs. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little look at the wildflowers in the garden. Anyway, if you find it interesting, please click a like and maybe subscribe. Goodbye for now.